What's up guys, and welcome back. My name is Jake Towell and this is my art series where I share with you guys some art pieces throughout my career. Today we have a top 5 favorite pieces of all time. This one's super sick, super tall formatted. Usually don't go with this format, usually go with either a square or more closed rectangular shape. This one super long, lots of details, great colors, and a super sick and unique concept. So without further ado, I introduce you to Plant Beast. Not particularly a fun name for this one, but I do have that articulated at the top of the composition. Plus, what else is there other than a giant plant monster beast in the center of the composition? Again, this is definitely one of my favorites. Super fun details within this one. Overall, I just absolutely love this concept and I'm really excited to talk about it. So stay tuned for the fully rendered image. But before we get to that, let's move right into the sketch phase. Sorry, this video, I do not have a time lapse of this sketch phase. I drew it on like multiple different canvases, so the sketch phases are all jumbled and not all together. But don't worry, I do have a time lapse for the line work, so that's really sick to watch. Overall though, sketch phase super clean. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. A couple of changes at the bottom where the pots are at. I had the dirt coming out and up into the canvas, but overall I stuck to this line work in this sketch phase pretty close to accurate, and you'll see that in the line work phase, which we can get to right now. So as you see this line work kind of come to fruition here, you can see that I did indeed stick to the sketch phase very closely, and also this line work is so clean. I am super proud of the line work in this composition. Again, now we're getting to the nitty gritty where I've really locked in. At this point, I have graduated out of art school. My style is super developed. I know exactly how I want it to look, and this is a product of years of practice within my style, and the line work is super clean. Again, this is my favorite aspect of doing art, is this line work. It's not the color, if you could imagine. And I've asked some people, and some people have told me, and I've also agreed with them, that they like the black and white more than the color, but I feel like the color is necessary in bringing my ideas out, and I think overall most people enjoy the colored ones more than the line work ones. But leave it in the comments down below if you do enjoy the black and white more than the full colored composition. Speaking of the fully colored composition, let's get right into the fully rendered image. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we have Plant Beast, an absolute beast of a plant. We have actually 3 plants in this composition, one big one in the middle and one to the left and one to the right. Let's start with the main stem, the main plant here in the center of the composition. Starting all the way at the bottom, here we have a flower pot, a very big and wide flower pot. Busting out of the flower pot is the soil or the sand, whatever you want to call it. And I have these really cool colored line flower stems around the composition. I really love how these look. You can see them more up at the middle area of this composition here, coming out of the tubes of this, but we'll get to that in a second. So keep an eye out on those flowing through the composition. Coming out of the soil is this giant tree-like face. He's got a really long nose, a crazy Jake's Towel styled mouth, a super long tongue dropping into his bottom jaw, into the soil, and out of the flower pot there. 4 rings hooking onto his cheek, bleeding blood like a human. And what I really like about this tree trunk are his eyeballs. Here you can see the corner of this box and his head is getting stabbed into that eyeball, but he's also gripping his other eyeball, extending it out into the composition. You can see, look at those stretch marks and veins. Just a really cool and funny concept for the bottom of this plant. I also really love his eyebrows here, like mossy eyebrows. You can see he has 2 ears as well. But moving up into the middle of the composition, we have this box, like I said, a second plant box. And in this plant box, we have the soil, of course, and this rooted tree's arms. You can see one arm here just grabbing this eyeball, squeezing it super hard, and this other arm here grabbing onto that color-lined roots. We got a lot of blood flowing up into this box area, and I think this blue area is more of like a structural idea. It's holding this enormous plant together and standing up straight, because following through the sand and soil is the roots coming up through, creating this really crazy straw straw-shaped tube. And you can see a lot of those colored lined assets there are coming through the tubes. Some are going through rings, all being held up by a ring there, being grabbed on by that arm and going into the other plants. But overall, that structure there is a really cool and unique idea. And of course, the plant continues to the head, the flower, if you will, of the top of this crazy plant. A triple-faced monster amalgamation plant head. We have 3 mouths here, 1, 2, and 3, each blowing a super cool and unique icy flame out of their mouths. 2 have a tongue right here. And what's really unique about all these mouths as well is their teeth are all different. So here we have a very square teeth style, a very sharp teeth style, and a round teeth style here at the bottom right mouth. In the middle of this giant head, you can see this twisted and crazy looking hole. And in that hole, we see more veins as well as this heart, maybe some sort of internal organ of this plant, the nucleus of the plant, if you will. And I absolutely love this giant head up here with these giant eyeballs here. We have a couple nostrils there as well. And at the way tippy top, we have this nasty like growth on this head with all these veins and internal organ colors popping out of it. Kind of like an old cartoon when they get hit atop of the head by a baseball bat or something. But overall, that is the main stem, the main plant of this composition. Moving to the left plant, I really love this little guy. Starting at the bottom, we have this smaller pot, of course. And coming out of this pot is this really crazy articulated cactus guy. I really love his spikes and his arms. Lots of great details. I love this green color. Here we have the Jake Towel styled mouth there at the top of the cactus, a hole for his eyeballs. And I just love how this little cactus guy looks. He looks super sick and fits into this composition really well. Moving to the right, we have this very tropical plant, a very round pot as well at the bottom, lots of soil there. And what's cool about this guy is his stems actually curve and bend, and he's a very free-flowing plant, very tropical, very chill. And I love the colors here, a very mute as it can be on my style, brownish orange with this very vibrant minty green leaves at the end of the stems. And when you move up to the top, you can see 2 eyeballs there, and his head actually opens up almost like his hairline up there, where one of those colored line stems are leading into, and that is the right plant there of this plant beast composition, and he just looks super chill and cool. Lastly, at the top of the composition, words plant beast. I just didn't know how to fill this space and figured the plant beast type could fit really cool in there. Super simple, very abstract, but overall finishes the composition up nicely and looks really good. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is plant beast. Looks super sick. Love the colors. Honestly, I've had a lot of people tell me this is their favorite. So if you want prints of this piece in various different sizes, linked in the description down below is my imprint store. You can get some prints. This one looks absolutely sick printed out. I have it hanging up. And if you guys cop one, that would be greatly appreciated. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like. Leave a comment down below what your favorite aspect of this piece was. And if you've seen these videos before, enjoyed these videos before, consider subscribing. It's free and it'll help me out a ton. Videos every week, if not every 2 weeks. Thank you guys if you've made it this far. I really appreciate you. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.